Welcome back to the Mad STEM Labs Coding with Scratch series. Today, in our third lesson, we're going to add some flair to our Scratch projects by incorporating sounds and visual effects. These elements can make your games and animations more engaging and fun. Let's dive in and see how we can make our projects come alive with audio and visual enhancements. I'm going to go ahead and start a new project, and we'll name this one Lesson 3, Audio and Visual Enhancements. All right, let's get started. Remember that you can keep the default sprite or choose another. I'm going to keep this sprite and add another. I'm going to choose a horse to add to my stage since I know there's a sound for the horse. And I'm also going to change the direction here for the sprite so that they're maybe facing each other. Now let's choose a stage. I'll go ahead and choose this farm. Now it's time to add some sound. Scratch has a great library of sounds, but you can also upload your own if you want something specific. For today, let's just use the library. Next, let's navigate to the Sounds tab next to the Code and Costume tabs in the upper left corner. Next, go to the bottom left speaker icon and click on it. This is your library of sounds. If you place the cursor over the play button, it'll give you a preview of the sound. When you find the sound you want, you click on it to add it to your program library of sorts. You can only implement sounds that you've chosen. Keep that in mind. Here's some examples. Let's scroll down to find the horse sound. Now I've added it to my library within my program. Now let's go back to the Code tab and implement these sounds into our project. When adding any blocks of code, always make sure you are focused on the correct sprite. We're going to add some code to the cat, so it's focused right here. We're going to start by going to the sound category, and we're going to drag and drop a play sound block of code into the coding area. You can click here to give you more options of sounds you have chosen. For the cat, we're going to play the meow sound. Now we're going to want it to play the sound when the user clicks on the sprite. So for that, we're going to go to the events category and drag a when this sprite is clicked block. Snap the play sound block underneath and then click on the script to see what happens. Now our cat meows. Now let's add the same blocks of code to the horse, but instead we'll have it make the horse sound. Make sure to click on the sprite again that you want to add code to. This time we'll start with when this sprite is clicked, then we'll go to the sounds category, bring out the play sound, and we'll choose the horse. You could also have this horse gallop. The horse gallop must be accompanied when you choose the sprite. Sometimes when you choose sprites, they come accompanied with costumes and sounds. Now let's make our project visually appealing. Click on your sprite and go to the looks category. We'll start with the cat. In the looks category, you'll see blocks like change color effect by and set color effect to. Drag one of these blocks and connect it to your event block. You can experiment with different effects like color, fisheye, whirl, pixelate, mosaic, brightness, or ghost to see what the different effects will be. You can also change the number. When you increase the number, it increases the amount of change. Let's take a look at some of these. Now let's try fisheye. Every time I click on it, it changes the effect by 25. Let's change this number to 50 to see what it does. If you ever want it to go back to its original form, you just press the stop button up here and it takes it back. Let's try the whirl. Take some time and experiment with the rest of these differences. Now I want you all to try adding various sounds and effects to your sprites. Perhaps make them play a sound when it moves, or have them change color and make a sound after it moves. Use the event handlers when we've learned about to trigger these effects. I'll show you some examples. Let's go ahead and add and maybe we'll add some motion too. I could think about where I want this cat to go and end up. If I want him here, I'll move him first and then bring out where I want him to glide to and then move him back. Then I'll connect these blocks and I'll click on it to see the effect. You can always change the order of your blocks to have different things happen first. Let's say I want him to move first or change and then play the sound. I'll disconnect these, move these here, connect those, and this should have a different effect. Let's move them back here. And let's see. So he moved first and then made the sound. Well, that wraps up our lesson on adding sounds and visual effects in Scratch. I hope you found it fun and learned how these elements can enhance your projects. In our next lesson, we'll cover creating basic animations to bring your sprites to life. Keep experimenting and see you next time.